Good morning, students. In the previous class, we are studying about the branches of biology. So, we are studying about the branches of biology, and you also should know I explained about botany, zoology. Like that only, the most important branch of biology called as histology and cytology. So, I explained many topics. So, now we are going with the continuation of the branches of the biology. The first important one here, it is the taxonomy. There is a branch of biology which is called by the name as taxonomy. What is this taxonomy? It is the branch of biology. It is the branch of biology which deals with the identification. First important one, it is the identification. Next one is nomenclature. And the next one is classification. So, taxonomy is the branch of biology which deals with the identification, nomenclature and classification of living organisms. So, we shall see what are these particular words called. Identification. Identifying an organism means it can be morphological and anatomical. So there are two methods to identify an organism. It is morphological and anatomical. Now the question is, what is the meaning of this word morphology? It is the shape, structure, size, external appearance of an organism is called morphology. So, what is this word morphology? It is the study of external characters especially. What is the meaning of external characters? That is the shape, size, color, structure. So, what size it is? Take simple example. Large, small, medium, these all are called as characters. So, like that characters if we study, it is called as morphology. Anatomy, it is the internal characters of an organism. Just imagine, I will give a simple example. I am walking on a road and I have suddenly found an animal. That animal is having feathers on it. It is having beak. So I told only two characters. Feathers, beak. This is called morphology. Whenever I study about that beak and feather, directly I can tell what is that organism. It is a bird. So I identified it as a bird. Now I want to confirm whether it is bird or not. So I have cut the animal and in heart I have seen. That is called anatomy. Cutting an organism and seeing what is there inside it is called anatomy. So in the anatomy, I found that the heart is 4-chambered heart. Blood is red in color. So automatically I can tell that the identified organism is called bird. So morphology, anatomy help in the identification of an organism, which is the part of taxonomy. It is the part of taxonomy. Next is nomenclature, the very important one. What is the meaning means? It is the process of naming an organism. Naming an organism, that is called as, that is the nomenclature. Naming also should be scientific method. Scientific method of naming an organism is called nomenclature. For this, I will give a simple example. The humans. What is the scientific name of human? The human is scientifically called as Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens is the scientific name of the human. That scientific method of naming the organism is called nomenclature. Simple example, tiger, if I tell, I am using the word Panthera tigris. Panthera tigris. If I am talking about the plant called as neem plant, it is Azadirachta indica. Azadirachta indica. If I talk about the lotus plant, it is Nelumbo nucifera. So, this method of naming the organism by scientific words is called nomenclature. Next one, identification is by morphology and anatomy. Naming is by scientific methods. And the next one is classification. Classification means, simple example, if human is there, I will call him as mammal. I will call it as mammal. If a bird is there, I will call it by the name as aves. Aves are the birds. If cockroach is there, it is arthropoda. These all words you have got in your 10th class. So, these all words are called scientific words, and those particular one is called classification. Classifying the organism by scientific methods. So, after the identification, it is the classification method, classifying to their respective groups. I will give a simple example. One of your relative had a child. A baby is born. First one, what you will do? You must identify that baby is either male or female. So to identify that individual, that baby to be male or female, what characters you will search? That is the external characters. External characters are there. So you will identify it as male. Next, what you will do? You will nomenclate, means you will give a scientific name based on his, that is star, nakshatra, remaining element, means you will be identifying it and name that particular person. That is called nomenclature. Next one is called classification, means what is your relationship? That relationship will be studied. So identify first. Next one name it, and next one is classify it. Like that we can talk about various methods. That is the taxonomy. So it is the branch of biology which we are talking about the identification, nomenclature and classification of organisms is called by the name as taxonomy. And you also should know the father of taxonomy. The father of taxonomy, it is Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus is considered to be the father of taxonomy. Understood here? So, it is taxonomy. It will be talking about identifying an organism, naming an organism and classifying the organism to respective group, whether it is animal or plant. In the animal, is it invertebrata, vertebrata? In the vertebrate, is it bird, fish, amphibian, reptile? Like that we will be classifying. That is this word called as taxonomy. Next branch of biology. It is the next branch. We are going to talk about genetics. Genetics. What is this? It is the branch of biology. Branch of biology which deals with heredity and variation. It is the branch of biology which deals with the study of heredity and variation, where we can also call it by the name as inheritance. Inheritance or heredity and variations. What is the meaning of this word? So, imagine that I am taking an organism called as male and then another organism called as female. So, see here, I am using symbols. If an arrow is there to the top, it is called male. If a plus is there to the bottom, it is called female. So, male and females. So, whenever they get married, they are having either male or the female child. Yes or no? So, now, whenever this baby is born, some people will tell that this baby is looking like the mother. This baby is looking like the father. This baby is looking like the grandfather characters. Yes or no? So how these all? That is called as inheritance, which is also called as heredity. Means, what is the meaning of inheritance and heredity? It is the mode of transfer of characters from one generation to another generation. Transfer of characters from one generation to the other generation is called heredity. It is also called as inheritance. So, what is the meaning of inheritance or heredity? It is the transfer of characters from parent generation. So, I can call these as parents, and these particular children who are born as offsprings. Transfer of characters from parent generation to the offspring generation is called inheritance or hereditary. Understood? So now the question is, characters I am telling that they are getting transferred. How? How they are getting transferred? So you should know that there are some particular structures called chromosomes. There are some particular structures called chromosomes. Imagine that this is a rod-shaped structure which is present inside the nucleus of a cell. So, this is the structure called by the name as chromosome. So, this is the chromosome. Inside the chromosome, you will have the structure called by the name as, inside this, we will have the structure called the DNA. So, this is the structure called DNA. So, this particular DNA will have the structures called genes. Called as genes. So, see here. I am talking about a structure called by the name as cell. Inside the cell, I have the chromosome. Inside the nucleus, I have the structure called chromosome. So, this is the cell, this is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, I have the chromosome. In the chromosome, I have the DNA. In the DNA, I have the genes. The genes are getting transferred from parents to the offsprings. So, what is the meaning? From the parents, the characters are getting transferred. The characters are getting transferred from parental generation to the offsprings through chromosomes. So now we must study in humans how many chromosomes are there. That's what I have to study now. So imagine that I have taken a male or a female. How many chromosomes are present in human? The answer is 46 chromosomes. 46 rod-shaped structures called chromosomes are there, which is also called as 2n, means diploid. So, these particular chromosomes, in them we have the DNA will have the genes will carry the characters from one generation to the other generation. So it will be transferring. That is called inheritance or the hereditary. Next question is, what is this particular word? Variation. In the before year, the question was given in the NEET, chromosomes present in the humans, how many? It is 46 chromosomes. It is equal to 23. We can also write it as 23 pairs of chromosomes equal to 46 number of chromosomes. 46 number of chromosomes. Understood? So now we are going to talk about what is this word? Variation. Now see here, I am taking a male, I am taking a female. Both got married and had child 1. And again after 2 years they had child 2. So this is child 1, this is child 2. Imagine that this child is male and this child is also male. What is the relationship between these two? It is brothers. Both are the brothers. Now the question, just listen the question. These both have same parents. Both have 46 number of chromosomes only. But are they same in characters? Are the characters similar? Both parents same, no? Say parents are same. But why that characters are changed? That change in the characters is called variation. That change in the character is called variation. Means first child may be white in color, second child may be dark in color, because the genes got shuffled. They got mixed. Whenever the genes got mixed, you will get the character called as variation. Variation means deviation. Variation means difference. Difference from parents to the offsprings. Now the question is, what is the cause for the inheritance or the hereditary and all those means? I told that genes. Correct? But what is the cause of variation? Now we have to study this one. What is the cause for the difference in the children? Parents are the same, but why the children are different? That's what we have to study. Because for this, I must talk about the word called mitosis. Mitosis is called by the nickname as equational division. First one it is the word equational division. Actually, in our body, mitosis will be continuously taking place. And imagine that this is the cell having 46 number of chromosomes. Whenever the cell divides, it is producing the cell again with 46 number of chromosomes only. Then it is called as mitosis. So then it is called mitosis. Means what? The daughter cells which are formed will have equal number of chromosomes. That's why it is called as equational division. But imagine a cell which is having 46 number of chromosomes. When it got divided into one and the second cell, if this cell is having 23 number of chromosomes and this cell is having 23 number of chromosomes, is it equational? No. Then this is called as meiosis. This is called mitosis. This is called meiosis. This is called reduction division. This is called reduction division. What is the meaning of reduction division? The chromosome number in each cell became reduced, became half. That's why it is called as reduction division. So meiosis is called reduction division, mitosis is called equational division, and you should know that this meiosis especially takes place for the production of sperms and eggs. The other name for the egg is ovum. To produce this, we will have this process, that is the meiosis. So because of meiosis, we will show variation. Variation is the process of completely shuffling of genes. In the regular class, I will explain how the chromosomes get shuffled and all. But you should know that what is the cause of variation means variation is caused because of meiosis during sperms and ovum production. Ovum production. That's what is this particular process. So, genetics. What is this particular genetics? It is the branch of biology which deals with the inheritance or the hereditary and variation. What is the meaning of this word inheritance or hereditary? That is transferring of characters from one generation to the other generation. Parent generation to the offspring generation is called hereditary. Variation, what is that? Change from the normal. Changing from the normal characters is called variation. So what is the cause for the inheritance and hereditary? That is genes. The genes are present in the DNA. DNA is present in the chromosome. Chromosome is present inside the nucleus. Nucleus is present inside the cell. See how minute it is. So, in a cell, in a cell, nucleus. Inside the nucleus, chromosome. Chromosome having DNA. DNA having the gene. Like that. It is the one. Next, variation. The variation is because of meiosis. That is because of reduction, division. That's what is the most important concept, that is for genetics. The next important branch where we can talk about is all. It is the embryology. That is the embryology. What is this? It is the branch of biology. It is the branch of biology which deals with reproductive systems, gametes formation, fertilization, embryo formation, and its development. So what is embryology? It is the branch of biology which deals with the reproductive systems of the organism, gametes, how they are being formed, fertilization of the gametes, embryo formation, and its development. What are all these words? We shall see it now. Imagine that I am talking about the humans. It is the male. It is the male. In the reproductive system, we have the structures called testes. And the testes will produce the gametes. The gametes called by the name as sperms. Similarly, in the humans, that is the female, in the reproductive system of the female, we have the structures called ovary. In the ovary, these are the gametes called by the name as ovum. So now, imagine that this is the sperm and this is the ovum. So reproductive system, gametes formation. What is the next one? That is the fertilization. So both will get fertilized to form the structure called zygote. After that, it will show 2-cell stage, 4-cell stage, 8-cell stage. Next one, it is morula. Next one is blastocyst. Or why all this? I can tell that the zygote will develop into embryo, and later it is showing the process of growth. So if we study what is the male reproductive system of the human, what is the structure of the testis, what is the female reproductive system, what is the structure of ovary, in the testis how sperms are produced, how ovum is produced, how these both are showing the process of fertilization, how they are fertilizing to produce zygote, how a zygote is developing into embryo, how it is showing the growth. All if we study, then it is called embryology. So embryology means studying the sperm structure, studying the ovum structure, how they are getting fertilized, how they are being, like that. If we study all these particular ones, then it is called as embryology. So this is the example actually I have shown, that is for the humans. But now if I talk about the plants, so how to study the embryology in the plants? In the flower, the male reproductive parts are called as anthers. Female reproductive parts are called as ovaries. The anthers will produce the structure called pollen grains. So this is the pollen grain. The ovary will produce the structure called ovum. Both will produce the zygote. The zygote will produce the embryo. So, in the plants, the male parts are called anthers. In the animals, we will call as the male as the testis. In the plants, female part is called ovary. And the female part in the humans also is called ovary. Both will have the ovum. So, here in the animals we call as sperms. Here we will call as pollen grains. Both will fuse with each other to form zygote. So now that particular zygote will start dividing and produce the embryo. And that embryo will slowly grow into a complete organism. It is the complete organism. This branch of biology, to study all these details, is called by the name as embryology. It is the embryology. So understood this process? So now students, it is the Rupadevi PU College collaborated with Sri Guru Medical and IIT JEE Academy, and we the lecturers are doing the first PU admissions and also the change of college admissions. We are ready to accept anyone. So students, if any of your friends or anybody is available for this change of college and all, please approach us, and you will be having the college address also, and phone numbers are available. So please, if any friends are there, tell them how we are teaching and all, and we can still more increase the strength and we can prove what we are. Thank you. Don't waste much time. If possible, start reading the 10th class books once again. Once again have a revision of the 10th class maths and science books, such that you can get good marks in the first PU itself. All the best. Thank you.